Cincinnati is a city that's, you know what I mean, controlled by frequencies that promote death.
Broadcasting from Cincinnati, Ohio, it's the Basement Show.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? What's up, global community? It is I, Lee Zellers, in the house. Basement Show. Been keeping it going. Gotta keep it going. So, I know I run into people. They ask me about the show. I'm trying to get them back up there. Keeping you happy. Trying to keep you pleased. I'm gonna start getting some comedians and some musicians back on the show. I had people ask me about that. But I also have people ask me, like, why don't you have some people on there come on and talk about some serious topics? Some stuff that's going on in the community. I hear your call, so I decided to do that. I reached out, got a guest on the day. He'll be coming down the steps in a minute. But I want to touch on some other topics. Donald Trump. Oh my God. Did you see the debate? This is my thought. Donald works for the Clintons. I said it. He's working for the Clintons. Come on, y'all know who you are. Y'all know he is. Excuse me. Kind of made a blurb there. Donald works for the Clintons. He has to be. Some of the stuff Donald says is just so crazy, though. I mean, the whole idea, like he said, we'll deal with immigration by, we're going to build a wall. He always talks, he does this thing with the hands all the time. It's always very expressionist. We're going to build a wall, and we're going to have the Mexicans to pay for the wall. It's a crazy idea. May work. He also said the other day, what we're going to do too, dealing with this whole police issue, shooting of African Americans, we're going to see to it, when I'm president, that's what Donald said, that all police officers in the United States are fitted with body cams paid for African Americans. Crazy idea, it may work. Came out the mouth of Donald Trump. What else is going on? Oh man, did you see this clip of this dentist? This is this dentist that was like, he's like coming from doing this thing, working on people's mouths. He's out in the parking lot. I guess he's trying to get home. He's trying to wave this car like, going by. Dude in the car runs over the dentist. I can relate to that. You ever been to a dentist and he had totally like screwed up your mouth? This guy was probably sitting out there in the car like, boy, this motherfucker come out of there. It's just ass. Ooh. Be careful. You're a dentist out there, do a good job. That won't happen to you. You won't have to worry about your clients coming out later and running you over. What else is going on? Oh man. Next weekend rather. Straight Outta Compton, NWA movie being released. A lot of controversy about it. They said some stuff about, I think it had something to do when they was casting about African American women. Some African American women are saying they're not going to support this. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the theaters that you got to be careful out there. Like if you go out and see this movie, you look over, there's a white dude with a backpack, got a body cam on, name may be Ray Tenzing, you might want to run out the theater. I'm just saying, stay safe. Enough of this. Now let's get to this show. We're going to bring out my guest. Yes, I don't have a comedian on, no spoken word person, no singer, somebody from the community that's going to talk about some stuff. Because there's a lot going on in the A1. I'm coming down Burning the other day on Rockdale and Burning. Police out there, guns. I don't know what's going on. I just kept it moving. Ain't trying to get caught by a stray. I got my man, Ozie Davis, is in the house. We're going to talk about the A1, some things that he's doing, trying to keep y'all safe out there, trying to safeguard the community, help out the youth. We're going to go to a break. After we come back from the break, we're going to talk to my guest, Ozie Davis, on The Basement Show.
What up? I'm Broham, stepbrother to Mayhem. I was assigned to sell insurance in the hood because his bitch ass was too afraid to come down here. Her drunk ass is right on time. Tamika was out all night getting drunk with the girls. Before she left the house, she forgot to set her alarm.
Hey girl, yeah, I drank up all that nigga shit, and I got to stepping. He wasn't getting none of this cookie.
She done drank up all his liquor and didn't even let him hit. Skank. Looks like we got some company.
Oh my God, I'm being robbed.
Tamika got no life insurance. How is her family gonna bury her dead drunk ass? Should've got all upstate. Don't be like Tamika. Hello? Nah, she dead. What you doing tonight though? Oh, for real? Yeah.
Make sure the insurance you got is all upstate, because your sorry ass is gonna need it.
Hey, we're back. We're back. Facebook, YouTube, Cincinnati, A1, Global, World. We're back. I told you we're coming back. And I told you we're coming back with a really good guest. He's coming to the Basement Show right now. Let me bring on Mr. Ozie Davis in the house. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What do? How you feeling? Have a seat right there. Ozie Davis in the house. Man, it's hot today, man.
Man, it's bang up out there.
Like, see, look, tell people, first of all, like, what's your position, what it is you do, for people that don't know.
I'm the executive director of the Avondale Comprehensive Development Corporation. We call it ACDC.
Okay.
Everything's ACDC.
Okay.
861 ACDC.
Right.
ace-cdc.org.
Okay.
And I'm a 50-year Avondale resident, so I see the position as a blessing from God.
Right.
Opportunity to be very concerned with the neighborhood's character.
Right. Well, you know, that's the fact that you've been here, for the time that you've been here, that's what we need, is somebody that's like, you know, from the community, that know a lot about the community and see all the changes. Because, you like me, I've been here like most of my life. Love Avondale. Ever thought about going nowhere? I haven't thought about moving to Bond Hill, Coreyville, nothing. I love Avondale. I said it.
If I go outside of nowhere laterally, I feel like I'm outside.
Right.
I'm going out of town.
Right. You know, it's what you got. Now, but it has changed, man, so much. I mean, the crime thing, like,
Off the chain.
it's unreal. I mean, it's like, I always think about how it was in the 70s. I mean, it's always been crime. You had police shootings back in the 70s and stuff like that. But there was a difference about how we sort of like got along, communicated, how we were with one another. And today it's just like we're dealing with a society, a group, an era of youth that just don't have the same connection, the upbringing, and all that kind of stuff. So, guy in your position, you're out here in the community. I see you out there. I see you on the news. When there's some situation that took place, an incident, I've seen you with Chief Blackwell. You're on the scene. And what are you saying out there to them, man? I mean, what can you say to them to just kind of calm down all of this madness?
Well, we got a problem. I mean, we got a problem. It's a societal problem, but it's very apparent here in Avondale. Now,
Right.
Avondale is one of the largest continuous geographies of African Americans in the state.
Wow.
12,500 people, 90% African American,
Wow.
within 2.3 square miles.
Wow.
Now, there's a lot that comes with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things, but it's a lot of bad things too.
Right.
Concentrated poverty.
Right.
Generational poverty. Generational poverty is more problematic than concentrated poverty. You cannot have 4 or 5 generations of people on welfare.
Right.
It it equates to poverty.
Right.
And I think, and I'm just guessing, it's personal. It's how I personally feel. After 2, the Davis family wouldn't be on welfare no more.
Right.
That first one, I understand.
Right.
Everybody has a hard
Right.
time.
Right.
Need some help.
Right.
I got some help from the government when I was in college and grad school.
Right.
I got some help. Had some food stamps. That's perfect.
Right.
I appreciate the program. The next generation, that's as far as I can go.
Right.
My son, he's seen me poor. He ain't gonna be poor.
Right.
And if he does need some help, it won't be for a lifetime.
Right.
His son won't need no help.
Right.
That's a big problem right now.
Yeah.
But I tell you this, when you ask me what we talking about when we out there on the street, to the people,
Right.
that's what I'm talking about.
See, but this, I was talking to my nephew, and I was explaining this to my son not long ago, and sometimes when you look at the whole situation of like they'll ask, well, why are we here? Why is this like this? And all I could tell them was I could think about the times, you know, because I'm a child of the 70s. I was born in the 60s, but I'm a child of the 70s. I just remember like on Burnett Avenue, we had 3 black-owned gas stations. You know, you had hardware store, you had a pharmacy that was black-owned, you had 2 dry cleaners,
A beauty salon.
Hickory Hut, ice cream.
I mean, had a beauty supply store.
Parkers. You know,
I mean, you had bars, but the key part of that is black owned,
black, right?
right? And the black owned piece is missing.
That's missing, and so I think sometimes too the question that a lot of people ask, how did that come up? How did that come up missing? But I think about just over the generation of times of what took place politically within the government. You know, from the 60s, we coming out of the civil rights movement. We into the 70s, the Say It Loud, Black and I'm Proud. We doing our own thing. Then the 80 culture come in with the Reaganomics. And for some of you people, this conspiracy people like myself, the Iran-Contra, the funding of the Contras, where did the money come from, the drugs coming in. Where did the drugs hit? The black community. Not say it destroyed us, but it was devastating. And out of that devastation, those people that were so affected with that, who had children and dealing with all of that, because, I mean, that's a heck of a crisis to go through when your mom and your dad, because see, my parents didn't, your parents wasn't like that, my parents weren't like that, but there's kids out there whose parents were like caught up on the whole crack epidemic. To come home, 1 minute you playing your PlayStation, come on the next day, daddy done sold it because he need to get this thing.
The crack epidemic across the country crushed the black man.
Right.
But you didn't see the same response to the crack epidemic that you see today to the opium epidemic.
Right.
And I've raised that issue with the head of the health foundation, Interact for Health.
Right.
We need to see a response, because now the result is crime and violence.
Right.
It's too late to deal with
Right.
crack. We
Right.
ain't on crack like we was in
Right.
the 80s.
Right. Right.
We did learn.
Right.
But the results, the effects, the impacts of the early 80s were both twofold. One, it was the diminishing of Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Right.
Because the kids we deal with now, even the teenagers that are in the Avondale Youth Council, we go 8 weeks on history and civil rights, and man, y'all talking that black stuff too
Right.
much.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
You can't never talk the black stuff too much.
Right. Right.
You ain't been vote but for 50 years.
Right. Right. Right.
You ain't been a person
Right.
but for 100 years.
Right.
You can't talk the black stuff too much in a black neighborhood.
Right.
And the black stuff, that diminished as the crack was coming in.
Right.
Oh my.
Right. Right.
It seems
The
to me,
timing.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I am.
But I am a realist. And when things come together, it seems to me that that's a systematic ploy
Right.
to destroy the black and proud.
Right.
Y'all, you done made it through slavery.
Right.
You done made it through Jim Crow.
Right.
You done made it through all of this.
Right.
And you still standing.
Right.
But that's what we try to concentrate on the streets of Avondale.
Right.
Look, we still standing.
That, you know, I always say that. It's like you come from some of the best stock DNA out there. You only here because your people survived that trip. And that trip wasn't this wasn't Carnival Cruise.
No, it wasn't.
No, this was not Carnival. And so you're only here because of that survival. So what's in you was built, it comes from a race of people that knew how to survive. So that's why I come today. Somehow we got to get that to them as if like, all of this other crazy stuff that y'all got caught up in, this hatred, because man, this hatred towards each other is just, I mean, it's like, we're out in just last month, two young girls caught in a drive-by, and the mindset, and I know I'm kind of jumping off point here, but
No,
the mindset of like anybody who could drive by a group of people, because they go, Ray, I'm gonna do this. And you don't care about nobody else there. You don't care about the little girl you hit. Then it turn around and happen again.
The reason I say you on point is because it's those same two things. It's the crack epidemic and it's the
Right.
diminishing of self-pride.
Right.
Because for anyone to be that insane, they don't have any rules.
No.
And so there are older guys in the community that are hustling, doing illegal, illicit activity,
Right.
that will say to you, hey man, I don't mess with them young dudes.
Right.
Because that's 17 to 24
Right.
or 14 to 24
Right.
nowadays. They don't have no rules. They're
Right.
not playing by, if it's a kid, you don't shoot, you shoot later. If it's
Right.
an old lady,
Right.
you don't shoot, you shoot later. If you cussing and an adult walk by,
Right.
you stop cussing.
Right.
That's just normal to me.
Right.
These kids these days don't have the rules. They have not been transferred down, and I'm saying because of that crack and that diminishing of our self-pride, the rules got messed
They
up.
got lost. And that's what I was preaching the other day when I was talking to my nephew and my son about that. And I always say this when I'm talking to young people, most times, is that this is kind of how we got to this point. When you bring in this type of devastation, what crack did to the community, and when it affects, because parenting is all about parenting. When we did things. When you was young, you did stuff. It wasn't crazy, but we always knew this. If Mama found out, if Daddy found out,
It's a problem.
it was gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
That's what kept us in check. But when the crack thing hit, and the parents was caught up on crack, they getting high, Mama turning tricks, Daddy selling everything in the house, he beating up Mama because Mama done smoked too much, Mama tripping out. None of that kind of stuff that we got. So now they hit 16, 17, 18 without any of that parental guidance. So they just out here just,
That's what
wow.
you see. That's what you see, but it's two good things. One good thing is what we talking about is real, so we know we have to we got to counteract it. We got to have a counterculture to that culture, and the counterculture movement is real.
Right.
And I'm happy to be a part of it because I know that's real.
Right.
I know it's a fact, and we still got drug problems.
Right.
Now.
Right.
And the system has continued to build on top of that.
Right.
It wasn't just drugs and crack.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't just cracks and the diminishing of self-pride.
Right.
Now I got a reason not to hire you.
Right. And on that point, on that note, we're going to talk about the counterculture, the counterattack, how to deal with this whole epidemic that's going on in the community. After this break, we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Carmen Love with ZBM News. Local news, 10-year veteran police officer Timothy Wayne.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay, you made an improper turn back there. I'm gonna have to see your license and your proof of insurance, please.
I'm gonna be here with you every step of the way.
Goodbye, my friend. A good time.
Officer Wayne.
Miss Carpenter, did you just get that warm sensation? And can't you just smell Eric's scent?
Oh my God. Yes. What was that?
It wasn't God.
It was me. See, we have to take care of our families. Whatever it takes.
Katrina Branca. After tonight, you'll never hear it mentioned again.
We're back. Like I said, we're coming back because we love you. And we want to keep this topic going because we want this show to somehow reach out and help somebody out there. Maybe somewhere somebody will view this and it'll provoke thought like, you know what, they're making a good point there. To counter this. Because sometimes that's my biggest sometimes concern is that my worries, and sometimes it's my belief, that we have went so far down in a rabbit hole that we have taken the lid, the top off the bottle, the genie is out, and that she is not going back in. And that's kind of where I feel like sometimes with this culture, this generation, the mentality is that, man, when you see it and you hear it and you see what they're doing, it's like, how do you fix that? How is that, I mean...
It's going to take a comprehensive approach. You know, Willie Lynch had a comprehensive approach.
Right.
He had a comprehensive approach. It wasn't just punish the black man.
Right.
It was punish him in front of the women and the children.
Right.
It wasn't just get you one. It was get the strongest black buck.
Right.
So it's going to take a comprehensive approach because a lot of things have happened to our demise. But it's still in our control. I don't care if your mom was on crack, your dad was on crack, and I tell many a fourth grader this. My daddy beat my mom. I seen it with my own eyes. When I was taking a test, though, I didn't think about that.
Right.
So when I went to Rockdale, and Frank Perry said, get that work done, and Miss Perry, Miss Douglas, and Miss Stevenson, I mean, I'm 50 years old, I can keep rattling.
Right.
Miss Thompson,
Right.
and I can keep rattling. When they said, it's time to take this test, you got to take that test.
Right.
You got to have some pride in your education. You got to
Right.
have some type of educational attainment. I'm saying we got to get through trade school at a minimum today. I would have said 10 years ago high school. Today that's not good enough. We got to concentrate on education. We got to be in good health.
Right.
We got to concentrate on our health.
Right.
Black man dying left and right on prostate cancer.
Right.
I was happy when Melvin, I go to Dr. Melvin, well actually Dr. Akacha, but Dr. Melvin had prostate at an early age.
Right.
So
That's
he
my
started.
Dr. Melvin.
Dr. Melvin started making us get
Right,
them things
right,
early.
right.
I'm like, what I gonna do?
And back that thing on up.
I'm like, oh
I ain't like to hear that, but I get your point.
no. We're 45 doing
Right,
that. Most
right.
people wait to 50. Well, I'm thankful that Dr. Melvin, Johnny Taylor, other people are pushing that because we got to be healthy enough
Right.
to stand the fight.
Right.
And then the safety. And those are the three buckets that I think are the most important when you talk about comprehensive health and wellness, because financial empowerment is
Right.
in the wellness piece, education, and safety. But being safe and secure it's not nobody's bold goal.
Right.
Being safe and secure, it's supposed to happen because you go to school. Now, go to school, they ain't safe and secure.
Right.
Safe and secure have to be intentional. And what do we do to be safe and secure? We got to go back to knowing each other.
Right.
We got to go back to trusting each other. We got to go back to communicating with each
Right.
other. If your music too loud, I got to be comfortable knocking on your door if I live next to you.
to be able to say turn it down without fearing that
Hey, bro.
your boys gonna come to the door with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we at.
Bro, Lee, man, I gotta go to work, boy.
Right.
Can you turn it down a little bit?
Right.
If you say no, all right, I gotta take other measures. But it can't be arguing.
Right.
Because the next call for me on Eden down the street is the police.
Right.
But I'm not gonna hide when the police come.
Right.
I'm coming outside.
See, and that's it right there. What you hit on, that's where the line is drawn in the sand. Because where we at is, people are, like you said, there's a lot of people are so afraid. So it's like they playing loud music next door. I can't go to sleep. So if I go over there and tell them, could you turn it down? And they say, no, I ain't turning this shit down. Then what I do? Then if I call the police, they know I called the police, but I still got to live next door to them.
You can't be scared and frustrated in the same space.
Right.
It don't work.
There's no room for it.
Now I say this, I don't want to be in that situation one-on-one.
Right.
I want to have, if I'm in an apartment building, I want to have at least, say it's 4 apartments on my floor.
Right.
I want to have at least 2 other friends on the floor. If it's 3 people on the floor that's into playing bad music, I need to move. Not them.
Right.
If they want to play loud music on their floor, I need to move.
Right.
Let me get up out of this floor.
I'm in the back and by.
Let me get off this floor.
Right.
It's not a good floor for
Right.
me. It's not a good floor. And that when we see some of the work that we're doing in some of these buildings on Redden Road, man, I see trouble. Because if you're trying to get people to come together, it ain't enough of them.
Right.
I'm okay with them playing loud music on this floor.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I can't help Brother Lee if Brother Ozie cool with the loud music on the floor.
Right.
So the counterculture movement got to be 2 things. It got to be, one, we got to get people to work together. We got to get the positive people to come out. You say, come out and say, yeah, I'm a positive person.
Right.
I had a young person tell me, oh, no, Mr. O, I can't ride up there with you. Why?
Because
they be thinking I'm positive. Right. He actually said that. They be thinking I'm positive. I said, you serious? You can't be positive?
Right.
Now, if you can't be positive, we don't have a chance.
Right. And but you know that's the thinking of it. It's like what you represent. My boys have a problem with that, because you represent a positive image, and everything you want to do is good for the community and all that. But these cats that I hang with, they ain't seeing that. And if I'm with you,
and this is my point, your cats will see it. Take it back to them or bring them to me.
Right.
Because I don't care what you're doing. I'm not the police.
Right.
I say that, and my police partners know I say it. I'm not the police. If I walk up on you and you got a bag of weed, Lee, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I need you to keep the street clean.
Right.
Don't litter. Hey, man, don't be disrespectful. If you can't sell dope outside my house,
right,
that's disrespectful.
Right.
But I'm not the person to tell you not to sell dope. That's not me. I don't want you to sell no dope. Don't get me wrong. But that's not Ozie's job.
Right. That's a good point. That's my whole thing. It's like, you know, I've always looked at it like, what you do, that's your business. That's your business. It becomes a problem when what it is that you do affects me and my family. That's when we got a problem.
That's when we
if
got
you
a
want to
problem.
sell dope, that's you. You deal with that with law enforcement when they run up on you. That's you. But now when your drug dealing is out in front of my house, and now you got other people gathered in front of my house,
you can't do that.
We got a problem.
It's the public-private discussion issue that's gonna hit the fan. I don't know if you saw my letter to the mayor. I'm saying to the mayor, we need to get those landlords that either have an incident of crime, or have been a hot spot, got a lot of calls, they got to provide their own security.
Right. Matter of fact, got the letter, saw that, and I saw a couple. Now, where are my glasses? I can't see a thing without them. Sorry. It's age getting old. What you just touched on, the Avondale hotspots, haven't changed in over a decade. Now, and that's always been an issue that I've always wondered, like with the police. It's like, I guess anybody who lives in the community realized that. If I go out a hotspots that been knowing it for years, and I'm just a citizen that just lives in the community, And your job is kind of like to. That's what you do because you apprehend. You apprehend and you take. Like, why come they not? I don't understand. Like, why come they?
Because the police can't live there.
Right.
Neither can citizens on patrol. Neither can block watch. Neither can brothers gonna work it out. They can't live there. And then we already talked about people that live there being scared and frustrated. It's gonna take the landlord and that lease. Just go back to legal stuff.
Right.
It's gonna take the landlord and that lease. But that's why we came up to this, because we're just gonna have that problem. We're gonna start having the ACLU coming around.
Right.
Me and Iris already start having these conversations. You can't be doing that. Because I'm at a point when baby's getting shot in my neighborhood, I live here. So when baby's getting shot in my neighborhood, I'm at a point that if you don't live here, what is you doing here? What's up? What you doing here?
Right.
Well, that might not be fair. Well, I'm at a point, I'm beyond fair. I'm not the fair guy right now.
Right.
That's
Well,
somebody else.
I mean, because it gets to a point where the situation becomes desperate. You got 2 babies shot in a month, in a few weeks of each other.
Babies.
So at some point, something desperate has to happen.
We gotta take some drastic measures.
And I don't know how to answer.
I don't want to be harassed, and I don't want you to be harassed. But I doubt you're gonna be harassed because you ain't hanging out in front of the Paciente.
Right. No.
And I doubt I'm gonna be harassed because I'm not hanging out in front of 758 Ridgeway.
Right.
I'm not hanging at 518 Hill. I'm not.
Right.
I don't hang out in front of 802 Blair.
Right.
I don't. And I'm also not around when people getting shot at because they getting shot at them addresses I just gave.
Right.
And when you getting shot, 705 Ridgeway. When you getting shot outside, okay, look, y'all, there's been shootings here, so this got to be the landlord, though.
Right.
This ain't the city.
So you ain't talking about, some kind of policy for the police to do stop and frisk and that kind of thing.
I'm not talking about that. It's got to be for the landlord. The landlord got to give the resident the authority to say, hey, y'all know you ain't supposed to be, this your visitor?
Right.
You know your visitor ain't supposed to be outside after 9. That's in the lease.
Right.
When I moved in here, now okay, we're gonna have some issues.
Right.
We got issues in every remedy gonna have some issues, but we got to start somewhere. Right now, the landlords ain't taking no responsibility. All they want is that Section 8 check.
Get that check.
Get that check.
They get the check. They live out Fairfield,
Westchester, Fairfield, Mason, or New Jersey.
Right.
Or they don't even live here. Boston, TCB in Boston. TCB don't live here. You know they my partners.
Right.
They don't live here.
But they get the money.
They get their paper. They turn it around. Now take TCB. They have hired security. We appreciate that. Take Model, who owned the buildings you was talking about on Burning and Rockdale.
Right.
They hire security. That's why it's been 2 drug busts in that building. If you want to deal drugs, don't deal drugs at 3501 Burning. It's a bad idea.
Right. We'll come back after this break, and we're going to talk about this whole thing of security, because I got some ideas. I mean, I don't know how they answer, but, I'm just a local entertainer. But sometimes I get some thoughts and some ideas come here in my head and say, hey, maybe I need to talk to somebody about some of my ideas and see if they'll work. We're going to talk about that when we come back from this break. We're back talking about some really deep stuff. Avondale, A1, you know what we call it. We need to save our community. So like I said, I know you got this letter from that you wrote to the mayor. So what's been the response so far? Have you got a response back? Have you heard something back from the mayor?
We've got a meeting with the mayor next week. I actually talked to the mayor yesterday because I am a proponent of the mayor's park levy. Right. And we can talk about that later if you like. So I was at the park levy press conference yesterday. We got our signatures in to be on the ballot. And I spoke with the mayor briefly, and the mayor received the letter, and we've set a meeting. I believe the mayor will be very helpful. The mayor is already in front of being on top of Avondale. So we're in a good situation right now with John Cranley as the mayor because he already cares about the neighborhood. Right. So the things that we thought were significant that needed the mayor's help was primarily the probation substation. He said, I don't know how I can help with that, but I'm going to look into it. I think I'm meeting with him on...
Now, exactly what is that? The probation substation? Is that one of like those substations we used to see before where you had a...
No, they ain't like a fake police substation. Right,
because you see these around, you would see them all the time. Nobody was there. It said police on the door, but drug dealers could sit right there and there wasn't no police in there.
Now, probation substation is a place where probation officers who have greater leniency with their probationees, that's where they would go. So instead of going downtown to 800 Broadway, they would come to their satellite office. Which this is what the advantage of that is. So if Mr. Davis is on probation and I'm standing on Burnet, and you done told me, my probation officer done told me, don't be on Burnet. So as you driving to the probation office in Avondale and you see Mr. Davis on Burnet, now I can go in your pockets. Now the police, as they drive past Mr. Davis, they may know Mr. Davis is on probation. They may even know, I bet $100 that he got something in his pocket. They do not have the right to go in the pocket. The probation officer, totally different. And then if he violates you for having a nickel bag in your pocket, you going to jail. I'm not a big fan of the nickel bag going to jail piece, but I am a big fan of the probation officer because of his control and his opportunity to help the probationee.
But it helped, and what it does is the whole thing of like what you're saying, the idea of just sending this individual to jail for a bag of weed or whatever. In essence, what it does is help keep this person in check and keep him out there from doing stuff he don't supposed to be doing, hanging with the crowds he don't supposed to be hanging with. So now he's kind of like, well, I can't be out here doing this stuff. That keeps another element out in this kind of...
I think he would look at it as a help. Because it's difficult coming back into the society. Hard to find a job. I know how to hustle. It's only so long I'm going to be embarrassed as a man, because I think a lot of this has to do with young men feeling like they need to support.
Yeah, it's macho ego and it's money and it's a lot of things. It's the culture. A little bit of it's hip hop. A little bit. I mean, it's a lot of things go into all of this stuff that's going on, and it's just kind of like.
But there ain't no money in it.
No.
You can make more money at McDonald's. When you start. Doing the hours. You know, you're gonna make you gonna make some money over the week on the street, but you up all night.
Yeah, because the long term is the one thing. Okay, like, and that's always been an argument that, well, I can't go there and make that little bit of money. I'm making all this out here on the street. Yeah, you are, but look how you living though. You constantly watching over your shoulder. You can't really relax. You got this money, but you always worry. But the guy who's working at McDonald's on the fries and asking you, do you want a shake with that burger? He go to sleep. He's sleeping comfortable at night. He ain't got the money you got in your pocket, but he ain't living the kind of stress that you live.
Plus, he ain't spending the kind of money you spend either. Because that drug culture, you got to be out at the club. You got to be in the drug scene. And if you on the street, you the minion. You ain't making no money. I tell the guys that I do know that's dealing drugs, hey man, this ain't the place to do it. If you want to be a drug dealer, you need to study successful drug dealers. It's gonna be hard to do. Because you're gonna start studying Scarface. See, he died.
Most of them usually
you're gonna die if you start studying them. Because the successful ones is not to be known. Because to be a drug dealer is to not be known.
Right.
It's not to be known.
Right.
You don't want to be known.
Right.
You can't be successful at it. It's illegal.
Right.
You can't be successful at
That's
nothing.
what's always seems so crazy to me, because when you watch those movies like this, Scarface and all these drugs, it's like, you got all the money, you got all the women, you got the car, but you can't really enjoy that. You really ain't enjoying it because there's always this fear factor. Is something they listening to this? Is they over there? Their camera?
I just seen a blue Benz on some 22s, blue 22s on Prospect. Now the Benz was at practice.
Right. right. Who that?
I know most of black doctors,
right,
lawyers,
right,
especially in the 20s, 25, because this dude got out of here was 25, 26. Right. And my first thing was, why would you drive your blue Benz over here?
Right.
That would make no sense. Now I ain't see nothing, so I ain't report nothing, none of that, because I ain't see nothing.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the feeling you get is he got to be doing something illegal.
Right.
And if he ain't, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm just saying, that's the kind of feeling you get. And we got to get to a place where if that's a legitimate blue Benz, then come on, whip it around the kids and tell them what you do. Hey, I'm a pharmaceutical salesperson. I work for Johnson & Johnson. You can do it too.
Right.
That's what I need.
Right.
I need more people. I need more professionals. We need more African American professionals to consider bringing their resources here, as in living here.
Right.
Quit being scared.
And see that fear of living here, because I get caught, like when there's a shooting, some of my white friends are calling me like, you alright?
You okay?
I'm like, they're not going around to every house shooting people. it haven't got that bad yet, but that's the fear mentality, and that fear mentality is causing people to leave. They scared.
Yeah.
But when you leave here, don't think that they don't follow, because sometimes they move. The same ones that's causing the problem, at some point they figure like, well, it's getting too hot here. Let me move out here in Westchester.
They moving too.
Let me move out in Fairfield and I just come back down here and do my drugs down here and move back out there.
I think you see Coleraine Township seeing it. You see Springfield Township seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause they gonna be moving.
Like Forest Park, we remember how Forest Park, back in the day, that was the place, if you was, you knew somebody black out there, it was like they was living. You got Forest Park, like, man,
they got a house.
Got a house. Yeah, Forest Park. Nowadays, Forest Park, you might want to just come back to Avenue. It's
the same place.
It's the same.
I mean, it's a lot of that to me is we're not caring for ourselves.
Right.
I hate that it takes a village.
All right. I hate it takes a village, and I sometimes I hate to hear this. What we need to do as a people. I get that, but my thing is I equate that to, like, you don't ever hear white people say this.
Exactly.
And we've been saying this for a long time. So at some point either we're gonna figure out what we need to do, or we just gonna do it, or we need to just stop saying that.
Just be the village.
Just be the village.
You ain't got to
take
talk
care.
about it.
To me, it's take care of your damn children. When you give birth, take care of them. See to it that they getting the love and the affection and the nurturing and the education that they should get.
You gotta
and
love
then
them.
when they grow up, they don't become these menace to society.
You gotta love your kids more than you love yourself.
Right. So we're at a point. All right, you're trying to catch these younger ones coming up. These ones that's out here on the street, because they starting young now. I mean, these mothers getting like 13, 14 out here committing crime.
I had a 9-year-old show me $1,000.
Wow. A 9-year-old.
I had a 9-year-old.
He out here hustling. So he'll watch out. Look
me.
out.
I told him he was a stupid middleman, and if he had $1,000, the sucker that gave it to him got $10,000, and he only giving you a penny on a dollar.
9 years old.
9 years old.
At 9 years old, I was out riding my bike, probably playing with a G.I. Joe or something.
9 years old. But he don't know nothing but hustle. His daddy was a hustler. His mom was a hustler. He don't know nothing but hustle. The mama she done turned her life around a little bit. So she don't want him to be in that life because daddy done been in jail, done been shot, all that.
There's a lot going on. I got to get you back on this show. We're running out of time.
I look forward
But
to
here's some. I mean, like I said, I'm just kind of local entertainer guy. I try to do comedy. Not a comedian, but I try to be funny. But I had some ideas. They might be crazy. I had 3 ideas. Number 1, what's drones? Drones. We can get some drones, fly them around, cameras on them. You see the bad guy. They ain't got to hide like surface to air missile. Maybe just, I don't know, 50 caliber. That was just one thing.
Hold on, let's stop on drones.
Because
not a bad idea.
Drone not, see, somebody, when I threw this out there, they was like, this is not our right. You might think it's not our right.
They don't live here.
Try it. You saw the movie American Sniper?
I have not.
I saw it. Good movie.
I heard about it.
The dude up on the rooftop, he saw stuff. He protecting the troops on the ground. We got good civilians on the ground. A1 sniper. Put him on the rooftop. See some stuff going down. Because a lot of times what happens is the criminals, they go to court, they go through our justice system. They really get justice, they write out. So eliminate that early.
Now,
the best defense now.
Hold on, I can't be an advocate
of
the A1 sniper. But
it's a thought.
But if he getting the ones that shoot my babies, I'm gonna close my eyes.
See there? Now here's the best defense we got. This is the best defense we got in the A1. It's right up under our nose, dude. And you being in the position you in, you can easily go over there because of the kind of clout you have and talk to them. The Cincinnati Zoo. You start a curfew, 9, 10 o'clock, off the streets, because we're letting out the lions and the tigers. Put a tracking device on them so we know where they at. You out there after the hours, they eat your ass. That's it. The streets, you put the tracking device on them.